Yes, I am. Yeah. Got a huge heck of a ton of WWE stuff planned. Since I just got into it last year, I'm into almost every fight and superstar and promo, all of it. Almost. Because not every one of them interests me. But the vast majority definitely does. So right after the stream, I'm going to be watching it. Hmm. Look at something real quick. Because for some reason, I'm showing a pause bar at the beginning of my thing. So, gotta look and fix something real quick. Because it doesn't show them streaming. Maybe if I go to stream my game, my face will be out of view for a sec because I gotta see what the frick's going on here. Stream's a tad bit late, but hey, it's not like I haven't done 5 o'clock streams before. Yeah, I got a huge heck of a ton of WWE stuff. And this year, I got a bunch of stuff saved for 2024 and everything, but this year is when I plan to actually I did a John Cena one 2 years ago. But I actually just made that a simple analysis in The Walking Dead, and I actually didn't make anything WWE themed yet. Which this year, especially one of the vids, Roman Reigns in The Walking Dead with Walker, yeah, that's actually going to come to fruition. I wonder why it's frickin' doing this. Maybe if I go on and do it. I'm gonna move this just real quick. I think I might have to restart my system to be real. So I can't play any games yet. Last time, even though no one joined, besides Slick Devil, I did get 2 wins in a row in Fortnite for the first time. Because usually if I get wins in a row, it's with someone else. But for the first time, I actually got 2 wins in a row by myself. So that was real nice. I just wish more people would have joined, so I actually had to cancel the stream. Okay, I think that might have fixed it. Because for some reason, it was showing me logged in and still active on a stream. It must have been from last week. I didn't know there was anyone on the channel besides Slick that and just one other guy that knew of me getting ready to do WWE What Ifs. And I think I've seen your name before, US Alternate History. Either on my either online or maybe on my channel. I do not remember. So it's nice that we're getting some more WWE fans on the channel because, like I said, soon enough, it will not be until most likely, what is it? It most likely won't be until like March or April, but you will definitely be seeing WWE things on the channel. Or maybe you just know of me doing WWE stuff because of the hoodie and the hat. I also have this is from whenever Roman Reigns got his championship for 1,000 days. He kept it for 13-16 before Cody beat him at WrestleMania 40. That's whenever I started getting into WWE. I got into almost every superstar. I know Cena and Goldberg are retiring this year, and obviously the Royal Rumble's tonight. But along with him getting the championship for 1,000 days and him getting that hoodie, I also have the shirts. I also have 2 OTC hats, this one being like the normal one, and then I have a snapback one. Then I have a Farewell Tour John Cena hat, a shirt from Jey Uso, a bunch of John Cena shirts, and the OTC hoodie and shirt. So yeah, WWE besides Dragon Ball and Walking Dead is one of the main things I'm into now. So hopefully we get a good crowd here for today because got a lot I want to disclose as well as just generally wanting a good audience today. But seems like we have a good start here. We need a volume up. Hopefully you guys who have been watching and who are here right now have seen my Gordon Ramsay Negan What If, as well as the second Big Bang and everything. Which I'll get more on here soon enough. So I'm done with Fortnite for now because I pretty much maxed out everything. Baymax and Godzilla were the only 2 things I cared about. So now I'm just playing Sparking Zero, since that's my next game. I'm almost done with Dragon Ball Xenoverse, maxing every single thing out. But I'm not quite there yet. God dang it! thought playing with strategy would actually work here. Apparently not. It's one of those missions where you have to literally kill before he fully speaks. Just like that stupid Boo mission that I did.
We don't.
So once we do get enough people, obviously, just like always, I will say who won the character figure vote. There's got to be a way to change the difficulty because this is just too freaking hard. Mhm.
What about TT? You paid for that. Took my body. You took my life. Then you even killed TT and all that. No, I'm really, really.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Really? Really?
What to do?
Really? Didn't even let me do it.
We know the truth. All the truth.
It didn't work. Why would you think it would work then?
I went to check to make sure we had really seen.
No, 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 no! Dodge the freaking attack! Yes! Finally! Whew! God, that was stressful. Hi to anyone, by the way, who's in the stream. Good US alternate history if you're still in. Jesus. So this is like if Goku... So this is like if Goku killed Goku Black in that moment. Interesting. So, like, that's it? Defeat Zamasu and Goku Black. I just get a freaking text. You're telling me I wasted all that time doing that mission just for text? Interesting. Yeah, screw this game. Hopefully we get more peeps in here soon. US alternate history, are you still here? So what if I do? What are you gonna do about it? Seems like my Kamehameha is stronger than your Kachin. Now, as long as I can just fight without having to win because of that, then I can have fun playing this game. Hey, you're not Fused Zomsu yet. You can't use that line. Kaioken! I love how the only time Goku used the Kaioken in the Black Arc was against Fused Zomsu, and it was literally just to kick him. They're tell me to relax. I'll do what I want. Realistically, if Goku used Kaioken before Fuse Zamasu and didn't just kick him, he probably would have killed Black. Or, would have just given Black a new power-up. Because let's be honest, if Goku could use the Kaioken, and Black could come up with this new Super Saiyan Rose power, he could definitely use the Kaioken. What if I don't want to? That's actually a pretty clean transition. Final Flash! Gamma Burst? He calls that the Gamma Burst Flash. I feel like that should be freaking Prominence Flash. Funny thing is, this is like the one game besides Dokkan and frickin' Legends that Vegeta uses the Gamma Burst Flash. Xenoverse is the one which introduces the frickin' Prominence Flash. And that's literally what Gamma is if he's in God and not Blue. I'm just spamming over and over again. Because you can? Why can't I use an ultimate attack? What the frick? I charge up for this? What the frick? That is betrayal. I'm just toying with Fuse Zamasu at this point. Zamasu's actually Fuse Zamasu. Zamasu, Goku Black, and Fuse Zamasu are probably like a few of my favorite characters in the entire Dragon Ball franchise, only because of the fact that they're swords, they're keyblades. Salza was the first one to really do that from the Cooler movie. But Zamasu and Goku Black actually did something with it,
Okay, Vegeta.
Yay, I get to play as Vegito! Maybe? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say. Oh, get out of here with that, Vegeta. Vegeta's always like, oh, I'll never merge bodies with you. Kakarot, I'm never fusing with you again. And literally 2 seconds later, it's like he fuses with him. He's fused twice with the Patara earrings. Pretty much, kind of, if you count the non-canon movies like, what's it? If you count Fusion Reborn and Dragon Ball GT, technically, they've used the fusion dance 4 times. Actually, 5 if you count the failed attempts. Main point is, Vegeta is always going to fuse with Goku. He might say he's not going to, but he is. He is. Vegeta Blue! Why is that actually kind of clean? Sparking Zero is magnificent. What do you mean I'm still not a god? Clearly, I possess the powers of a god. Pretty sure that makes me a god. The minute that Vegeta and Goku attain Super Saiyan God, like, at that point, they're gods. You can't deny them that, you know? They might not be, like, full-fledged deities, and that's what Zomsu's obviously referring to, even though he's the hugest hypocrite out of anything. Main point is, there are enough of gods where it doesn't matter what anyone else says. And I missed. Can you not touch me? Wow, we both missed.
You see, now that you've learned, you've taken in something that's always going to be a part of you for as long as you live.
The fact that I'm about to final Kamehameha his face off? Oh, it actually hit him. Oh, yeah!
Of course, such was my desire.
Why is that actually, like, really clean? Sparking Zero has done so well, especially with its recent DLC, which I will be getting for Superhero. But like Walking Dead Destinies, it sucked because they didn't. It feels so unfinished, and I don't even feel comfortable fully calling it Sparking Zero because it's freaking, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. That's what it's called. Whether they call it Sparking Zero or not, that's its name. Nice. So I finished the Goku Black arc. Are you freaking kidding me right now? I did defeat him in the elapsed time! You gotta be freaking joking me right now. Oh, it probably means before they fused. Okay. But before I go ahead and do that, I'm going to go back and buy some things. Wonder if we're going to be getting anybody else here soon. Hi, I wanted to let you know I was here, but listening. Okay, hi Devin. Nice to see you. Get a few more people here. I'm going to announce the winner of this week's character figure vote. Last week's was Jason Voorhees, but for those who didn't look at the community post or see the stream, that's who won. And also, you might be wondering about the camera angle. It's because I can't stream off my new laptop because of the whole laptop situation. And because it's Toshiba and not Dell, it's slower, which means that's why I can't do face cam in the videos anymore. So I'm actually streaming off the Restream, but on my phone. So at least I'm still able to go off an awesome streaming platform and not just YouTube. Because whenever I did YouTube, it just did not work. So, yeah. Bulma, shut up. Please. Can you just shut up? Like, absolutely no one cares. I hate whenever I'm interrupted by someone stupid. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I will. What are you talking about? God, I hate stupid people. Okay, again with that line. That just sounds wrong. The way she says that, bro, just stop it.
Shall we?
And by the way, since I am now streaming off Discord during streams, so it's like a double stream, whoever, since I can't show my gameplay until I get an epic frickin' PC or some crap, those who want to can go to my Discord and watch me play games while I'm streaming. So, if you wanted to, you could do that. Just in case anyone just, doesn't want to see my face the whole time and actually wants to see what I'm playing. But that's just for anyone who wants to do that. It's not something I'm going to force upon anyone. It's one of those annoying, like, why do some of these quests got to be like, hey, you got to defeat them before the elapsed time? Like, oh my god, I can't tell you how much that annoys me. Or just a line of text, too. Like, is it even worth it at that point? If it's just for a line of text? Good idea? Yeah. Back on track. Technically, Goku's not a mortal being, and this is what I just brought up. Technically, since Goku and Vegeta are both gods at this point, with Super Saiyan God, technically speaking, they're not mortal beings anymore. Yes, they obviously are still born mortal, but they really, really, when you think about it, are not mortal anymore. They're technically gods. They just have the form of God rather than being God.
Our destiny is to cast judgment upon all creation. What's the matter? Relax. Don't be afraid. Love fighting the strongest.
He still can't use his ultimate. Now I just gotta keep spamming Final Flash on him. Yeah, when we get enough people, I'm gonna show the winner of this week's character figure vote. Or just, usually if it doesn't come to that, I'll just frickin' say it by the half or the hour mark.
What went wrong? See, assumptions. Go back to mistake. Much innocent. It would not bring you lowly mortals. Kneel before our radiance. Oh. Better keep your focus on me.
Couldn't tell you, honestly. I don't even want to use Vegeta at this point because it doesn't work. Do I look evil to you? Along with the Gordon Ramsay and Negan story being done and uploaded, the next story, if those who are not familiar with the list, is what if Cybermen turned good? And that's coming up here by the end of the or by the beginning of next week. I tried.
Finding this formidable Saiyan life has carried us both to new heights. This proves our transformative power. Our destiny is to cast judgment upon all creation.
Yeah, sure.
What's the matter? Relax. Don't be afraid. Fighting the strongest.
And the Cybermen story is going to be a lot more epic than you might think. And it's going to be a long story, too. Probably one of my longest.
Something's done something. Brace yourself. You lowly mortals. Kneel before our radiance. This is over. You shall kneel before.
God dang it! How am I supposed to kill him before that?
Focus on me. More do not tell them what to do. I'm ready. I've been forced to new instruments with which to destroy you. This will remind your mortal flesh of the strength of my divine wrath. Just as we foresee, finding this formidable Saiyan life has carried us both to new heights. This proves our transformative power. Our destiny is to cast judgment upon all creation. Hold it! What's the matter? Relax. Don't be afraid. I know you see, love fighting the strongest.
So hopefully you guys did enjoy the Gordon Ramsay one. We also got a new few people on the channel. After looking them up, Legendary Grimlock, a Transformers Prime what if person, and
You shall kneel before our radiance.
what is it? Yeah, Legendary Grimlock has joined the channel from a Transformers. He's a Transformers and mostly what if YouTuber, and then a few people after him joined. So yeah. So we got some new people here on the channel. And the algorithm's definitely boosted up because of recent videos.
What to do?
game lies. Maybe it's not Black that I need to defeat. It's Zamasu. Yeah, definitely Zamasu.
Of the strength of my divine wrath.
Just gotta take him out before he says the next line. Or, you know, have him dodge for absolutely no reason.
This proves our transformative power. Our destiny is to cast judgment upon all creation. What's the matter? Relax. Don't be afraid. I say love fighting the strong.
Tonight is the Royal Rumble for WWE.
Done something.
I definitely need to take out Zamasu, and he did not let me.
Focus on me. Or you don't tell me what to do.
This whole get rid of a guy in the elapsed time is just an excuse to make you rage and try harder. I'm not stupid. Because I can't even counter him. Hopefully you guys have been doing good.
Divine rage and power. I have forged a new instrument with which to destroy you. This will remind you of your mortal flesh of the strength of my divine wrath. Just as we foresaw, finding this
No!
life has carried us both to new heights.
Come on. Yes!
Our destiny is to cast judgment upon all creation.
What? I had him!
What's the matter?
How exactly are you supposed to beat something that you literally can't? It doesn't let you beat him. Okay, this is annoying. It's literally robbing you. Hopefully everyone's doing good. So it's not Zamasu or Black that I have to beat. It's Fuse Zamasu.
If we're not careful, our dream utopia is going to be ruined. Very well. Come on, King. Into the bold, continue to defy and profane us. We will reveal to them ultimate power. Gods. It's time to show them divine perfection made whole.
All right, give it a few minutes here, and I'm going to show off the winner for this week's character figure vote.
You low immortals, kneel before our radiance.
I tried.
You shall kneel before our radiance. Justice together. Thus begins no more feelings. Which illuminates this world, and all shall know that my brilliance is just. I, solace, the universal wisdom, the universal law, and yet the universal power.
God dang it! So if I just hold out until Fuse Zamasu comes, then I can just take him out like that.
Or do not tell God what to do.
Bruh, we've already been over this. I am a god.
I can use an extra. Yes.
God dang it! All right, give it a few secs here, and I will. I did not mean to say it like that. Give me a few seconds. And I will show off the frickin' winner for this week's character figure vote. Sorry.
What? No. This is just a start. Divine rage and power. I forged a new instrument with which to destroy you. Your mortal flesh of the strength of my divine wrath. Just as before, finding this formidable Saiyan life has carried us both to new heights.
Will you stop talking?
Our destiny is to get judgment upon all creation. Hold it! What's the matter? Relax. Don't be afraid. I've only seen that I'm fighting the strongest. Father, Falco, Trunks, you okay? He's weak. Trunks must have done something. Brace yourself, gets no. Seems assumptions are badly mistaken. Our dream utopia is going to be ruined. Very well. You won't get it. It's the fire from me. Ultimate power of gods. It's time to show them divine perfection made whole.
I'm just spamming this.
Lowly mortals, kneel before our radiance. This is over. You shall kneel before our radiance.
I'll see if I can beat him, and then I'll get to the figure character vote. Might be a few minutes late.
Which illuminates this world, and all shall know that my brilliance is just. I, God, the universal wisdom, the universal law, and yes, the universal power.
God dang! All right. Since this is annoying me, I'm just going to get to the point and show off the winner for this week's character figure vote. The winner is Green Arrow. Honestly, I never got into his character too much. All I know is that I've seen Death Battle's Green Arrow versus Hawkeye, which got me into his character a little bit. And then I got the figure, and yeah, he won this week's vote with Roman Reigns, the OTC, getting second place for next week's. And if you guys want to see the picture, I have to show you like this, since like I said, I can't use the laptop for the streams. This is the picture, just a rough uh, showing of it. I was obviously showed on Patreon and the Discord and YouTube in a community post, like I always do. But yeah, that's the winner for this week's character figure vote. And yeah, I'm gonna leave Green Arrow. Like, I left Jason Voorhees like on the side of my thing like this last week, even though no one entered the stream. But you know what? Point is that he won. So we'll just put him like that, just for anyone who wants to know. And yeah, he won. I'm gonna try this one last time.
There we go. Better keep the focus on me. Or you don't tell God what to do. No hard feelings. No hard feelings.
Everyone should know who won anyway, especially if they saw the poll. So that's just him sitting there.
The new instrument with which to destroy you. This time, into your mortal flesh of the strength of my divine wrath. Just as we foresaw.
So hopefully everyone's checked out the Discord and Patreon's new updates and everything that's new on them. The new Discord channels, the new stuff in the Patreon shop. There's no like buying supporters on the Patreon yet, but I do have 3 members. And it shows that people are taking a small interest so far in the Patreon. I just need to build up a bigger audience for it to get acknowledged. Acknowledged. That is the theme for this year, WWE and Roman Reigns, which is why soon enough you'll be seeing him in The Walking Dead when I make that video, because it was one of the teased stories.
Goku, Trunks, you okay? He's weak. Trunks has done something.
The first teased story, since I haven't yet put that on a one of my lists yet from my Google Doc. One of the teased stories that you guys saw in my 2025 channel trailer. I'll be working on the first one. I'm not going to spoil which of the 6 that it is, but one of them will be on the next list, because all 6 of those stories are getting posted this year. I wouldn't have put them in my 2025 channel trailer if that wasn't the case. But I can't spoil which one it is, because that would be far too risky.
Justice together. Thus begins a new. I can keep this one a secret. No hard feelings. Show your ready. Bow down before our worship. Slave of me. It's the blood. Me, the Almighty. Drop. Keep almost safe. Right. Here.
Can you cut it out?
Beginnings of a new era, a fine on this planet. Starting of absolute.
That's ridiculous. What's up, Zeke? Wonderful to see you back on the channel. Just want to say real quick, since you didn't see it yet, Green Arrow won this week's character figure vote, and the picture for him is right here, which will be on the YouTube, Discord, and Patreon after the stream. No one's paid or really supported it yet. We just have 3 members, and that's okay. I just got to build up my channel more and get an audience.
The universal law, the universal power. Beginnings of a new era, a fine on this planet. Lightning of absolute. It's over.
Yeah, for 1 bar of text, I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous. I'm not gonna keep raging myself because of 1 frickin' quest. All that happens if I win this mission is just an array of text. I'm not doing that. It's wonderful to see you back in a vid, though. I do have a question. Before I talk about, like, channel stuff or something like that, do you, are you planning on uploading your Maggie What If? Or, you know, continuing with that stuff?
My turn now. Didn't you hear me say this is a training match? Oh, I heard you. I'm raring to go.
Yeah, hopefully within the next week. I've just been really busy and had low motivation to continue, but it's coming soon. Nice! Because I really liked how you were doing it. And seeing you and TF, 2 people that I inspired to do What Ifs, was really nice. I've been helping him out a lot. He's got his own... He can't be here because he's on a trip this weekend, but main point is, I've been helping him. I helped him make a Google Doc just like me, and he has gotten over 400 plus subscribers since he started making What Ifs. Granted, he's only like really into Transformers, small bit into Marvel, and then into horror movies. But main point is, he has been really killing it. And I told him he could be looking at 1K this month if he really puts his mind to it. As for you, Zeke, I think you could You obviously got still a decent bit to go since you're at 200, but you could definitely be looking at a very good subscriber and channel rate by the middle of this year if you really put your mind to it. As for how high you might be able to get, I couldn't tell you. But I will tell you that you definitely have the potential to get 1K maybe by the end of the year. Just depends on how you do it. Yeah, seeing you guys interact was really nice. Also got some new channel members because of the Gordon Ramsay, Negan's Cook, and the second Big Bang what ifs. And I made the movie for that, obviously, yesterday with the finale part. And someone called it cinema, which, you know, it was really nice. So yeah, there's that. I really enjoyed the Gordon Ramsay and Negan one. But realistically, I just made it a story because I tried to pretty much avoid the fact that it would either involve Gordon Ramsay poisoning Negan's food or Negan ending up killing Gordon Ramsay. But I think the way it turned out, honestly, was pretty freaking good. Made for a good little story. And my next one starting Monday. Oh, thank you. So what I was saying is, my next story starting next week is Cybermen from the Dragon Ball universe turning good. And that's going to be a long story going into the end of this month, possibly like near April. So yeah, and then after that, it's pretty much just what's on the list. Pretty much just all that fun stuff. Why does it feel like he's eating something, or like, why does it feel like Tien's voice actor didn't try in this game? This game is very underfinished. Wrong. It's mine.
You won't give up. Fine.
So yeah, Green Arrow won this week's character figure vote, and Roman Reigns, the OTC, is second place, along with 3 randoms, which I'm not going to spoil. Part 1 yesterday, and it's really good. Okay, so I'm caught up on comments. Trying to think if there is any also, have you seen Squid Game? I have seen parodies of it, and I've seen small bits and pieces of it, but considering that I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get into it. I might, but I don't know, because seems like just another version of Hunger Games, if you ask me. Just people killing everybody, and then the lone survivor gets the prize. Seems like a knockoff. Honestly, I would just think of it as the exact same thing.
Here we go. Mark my word.
They couldn't even put Skinny Boo in this game, so they literally just stuck with Fat Boo. That's lame. They didn't even try. That's pathetic. I really wouldn't want to see it because I feel it's way too similar to Hunger Games. But I'll tell you what, and this is an announcement for everybody who hasn't seen the recent community posts of what franchises I'm currently on, like what if wise and stuff like that. Currently, I just finished the Descendants movies from Disney because I'm on Disney Plus, if you guys remember that. That's my next streaming site. And then after Disney, I'm going to be buying stuff, and then after that, it will just be all new stuff, and I'll guaranteed buying stuff's going to take a really long time. But I'm just saying, after I buy stuff, I'll be done with looking at stuff and watching stuff forever. And then I'll just watch stuff for nostalgia. But my point is, I just got done with the Descendants movies, Disney's Descendants, and now I'm going to be watching Zombies whenever I get a chance. After that will be Ice Age. But after Ice Age, I can't tell you what I'm going to be watching because I have no freaking idea. But I'll tell you what. The first thing that I plan to buy when I'm done with Disney Plus is Bosch. If you guys don't know what that is, basically Madison Lintz, who played Sophia in The Walking Dead, she left for that show, which now is getting a season 3 finale of its spin-off version, Bosch Legacy, coming up here soon. And she moved to that show. So whenever I'm done with Disney Plus, that's going to be the first thing that I buy. Because I've actually been really wanting to watch that. But I told myself after streaming platforms, I'm buying stuff. And then no more watching. And it's going to take a long time if I really want to dive into everything. Because that's what I'm all about. Look into everything and anything I can get my greedy little hands on. Because that's the way to keep this channel alive forever. Is to literally look into everything that I can or want to. And that's the whole point. Stop dodging the freaking spirit bomb, man! Just let me hit you. God, some of these quests are so easy, and then you get the ones that are just like, oh, you got to defeat in elapsed time, otherwise you suck at the game. and we're just going to give you an array of text, and that's your prize. Like, I think I deserve a little bit more than that. She didn't leave for that show when she was a kid because she wanted to. She left because the show actually made her character die. Like, they wanted to kill her off. So it wasn't her idea because, again, she was a little kid. She just was pretty much forced to leave. Even her actor was sad that she got killed. And in Daryl Dixon season 2, we get to see how freaking much Sophia's death was pointless, pathetic, just completely unfair. It was totally unfair. That's why I made my What If Sophia Joined Negan, which is still one of the best stories on this channel, because it literally shows that Sophia was never meant to die. People blame Rick for Sophia's death, and that's true. People blame Sophia for Sophia's death, which is also true. But in reality, both of them were wrong, and it was the show's fault for even putting that situation into effect in the first place, because Sophia was just so underutilized.
See what you got.
He didn't even scream Kamehameha. I honestly hated Sophia's death mostly because of the comics. I didn't get into the comics until a few years after I got into the show, because I got into the show during COVID just to check it out. And I actually, now it's one of the main things that I'm into. It sparked this channel's success so far with what I did. And basically, I really eventually took a liking to the fact that I got into so many of the characters, and that I hated how many were just treated dirty. And then I got into the comics just last year, or like right at the end of 2023, and I realized how much the comics lacked. Granted, I have made nods to the comics and done with a few little things that I plan to do for the comics, but I don't really like them because it rushes through too much of the story, and the fact that there's not too much sense involved in it. Things just happen just because. Whereas in the TV show, it actually explains why things happen that way. But the comics, it just lacks. I'm sorry if like people here are a fan of the comics. And granted, there are a few moments in the comics I really like Sophia surviving, or I don't know, I can't really tell you any other moments really. There's bits and pieces that I do find interesting, and like I don't hate the comics per se. I just don't really find them that interesting. That's why it's mainly also, and this is just another reason, I got into The Walking Dead because of the show. So, yeah. The comics were just a side thing that I just started seeing more of, and then just decided to apply little bits and pieces of in my stories. And even like the manga for Dragon Ball and crap. I love plenty of moments in the manga, like I don't know, Goku Black Super Saiyan and just stuff that could have been in the show. Black Frieza especially, showing that literally how broken Frieza is. You thought Saiyans were broken in Dragon Ball, like the manga made Frieza way more broken than Frieza ever needed to be. Making him gold was one thing, but putting him in that situation, like you pretty much made the strongest character in the entire universe, and we've yet to see what's become of that after that happened because of Akira Toriyama's passing. But that's sad, really, that so many creators have passed now. We got Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball's creator, passed. We got SpongeBob's creator, Steven Hillenburg, passed. And we got, like, and this is just an old kids show. Barely anyone, like, I think in the chat would know this, but Thomas the Tank Engine, Britt Allcroft, she was Thomas the Tank Engine's creator, and she just passed at the age of 81. And I know Steven Hillenburg passed a few years ago, but it's just like, it sucks. Like, and that's the beauty of making what ifs too, like getting to see another field. Like maybe a creator will see one of those videos and acknowledge it. And it's just sad that not really going to get that opportunity with some of those creators. And granted, that's part of life. You live, you do what you can in life, and then you pass. It just sucks that those certain people passed.
How goes it? This is what you wanted to watch, right?
Want to blow off some steam with a little shot there?
Bulma, I watched a Lil Thomas when I was a little kid. I didn't know she died. That's sad. Yeah, it was recent. That's why. Yeah, it was very recent. Point is, it's just sad that creators like that pass. Thomas was one of the main things I got into when I was little. I still have bunches of stuff regarding Thomas and like all that because it's like one of those childhood shows that's never gonna leave, you know? But I'm actually gonna turn this off because this game's actually made me more mad today than I would want it to be. But anyway, yeah. You guys should definitely, like I said, TF Motion Freak's not gonna be here. I don't even know if King Devin's still here. He said he was listening. He was just not like commenting. But that doesn't matter. At least we're getting people today. Whereas last stream, there was not a soul in it. And that's fine. Sometimes I have to end up canceling streams because there's just nobody there. Which whenever I get more popular, there will be. But for now, streaming as a small-time creator, if I have to cancel a stream every now and again, that's fine. It's just like, if it becomes too consistent, then it just starts to make me worry. But hey, that's just normal creator stuff. But you guys should definitely, even though he's not going to be here for the weekend or around the channel, you guys should definitely check out TF Motion Freak. Because not only did he get me to, into a bit of ideas on the channel, he also led me to find out that you and him, Zeke, small-time creators, both inspired by me, got to frickin' meet. And also, something important that I want to mention here, on my Discord, I have pretty much... I did this with all my socials, if you guys didn't see those community posts. Basically, I worked so hard on the Patreon, Discord, YouTube, and yeah, pretty much everything. So now the Discord has a bunch of channels on it now. Not like See, the Discord channels are just like separate like voice or text channels on it. If you guys know how Discord works, I don't know if a single person who might not know how that works. But I could be wrong. There's plenty of people who probably don't even know what Discord is. My point is, I made one of those channels for what if YouTubers. So like me and what if YouTubers subscribed to me, and people that I meet or people that I know of, like subscriptions, and you can check it out on my bio too. So that way, whenever, like, for example, you, Zeke, and TF Motion Freak, you guys could even talk on there, and you guys have a second place to talk. I know you haven't been on the Discord yet, Zeke's World, but if you wanted to, you could check it out. And basically, the Discord is another way to support the channel. It's basically, I used to have an old Discord, and it was just for me and Nuclear Longshot, or, you know, Kaz, one of my friends who's commented on here and been on here and everything. Yeah. And who I collabed with. He and myself used to just go on Discord just for fun. And then I made this Discord, which I have now, for specifically to promote my YouTube, which I eventually have now grown to be like 10 times more epic. If you guys have checked it out, you definitely should if you haven't. But yeah, for those who are what if YouTubers like yourself and TF, you guys could even talk on there, and there's an extra spot for you guys to talk. I definitely think that the what if community is lacking. Like, there's so many people out there who make the wrong kind of what ifs or don't try. Like, they don't try at all. And I think that the what if community is small compared to a lot of stuff out there. And it's because of that reason, which is why I'm not just looking to become the best YouTuber or what if YouTuber anymore. That's not my only goal anymore. Or to, like, you know, get big off the platform. Now I have another goal as of the beginning of this year that I thought to myself. My new end goal is to try and make the what if community even bigger, which so far has happened, especially if you guys see in the comments on recent videos. It's just all about what I do with it, and if you guys support the stuff that I put out. Granted, some ideas from any creator are going to be a little whack, but I was always taught there's every end of the spectrum, and you never know what people are going to like until you post it. But yeah, that's what a community is for. I just keep messing with Green Arrow because, again, since I'm off a phone for Restream instead of my laptop, it's different. And that's why there's obviously a different camera angle. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the recent content so far and have checked out the Discord, Patreon, and YouTube, like the updates that I've been making. And following along with the Google Doc. Now, if you guys wanted to check out TF Motion Freak, since, again, he's another person I inspired, he made a Google Doc as well, but he doesn't have 1,800, almost 2,000 ideas like me. He has 250 so far. And he's actually become inspired by a few of my ideas, but he's not, you know, person who will make them and then make them exactly like me. He has a bunch of ideas that are like mine, but I'm glad that he's going to focus on a different field than my stories, because whenever I used to make what ifs, I tried so hard to think of a way to not make it like someone else's. I slacked back then whenever it came to trying to think of plots, but as you guys have seen over the years, that's definitely changed. But yeah, you guys have any questions about the Patreon, Discord, YouTube, any of that? Like, or anything that's going on? Because I know not too many people have been talking about the Patreon or Discord, so I just figured that I would bring that stuff up. Just in case you guys, like, I don't know, wanted to know something about it, or how to check out the shop on Patreon or like Discord, something like that. Just lay it all out on the table. Been on the Patreon. I've been checking out the doc sometimes. I don't have Discord, but I might get it sometime soon. Yeah, no rush. I just figured that it would be another way for you to talk with the people. There used to be way more on the Discord, but mainly it was trolls. Like Goat, Gavin, all those people, KJ, all them. But we all know how that turned out. I gotta do something here real quick. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about the Google Doc or the Patreon or the Discord, I figured I would just clarify a bunch of that stuff now, and then answer whatever you guys had about it. Because I plan to build up the Patreon as much as humanly possible, since it will be my means of income for the channel. Since the ads don't work for me. Trust me, I tried like 7 different ways over 2 days, and it did not work. It locked me out of a Hyperwallet account, and it did not let me register my bank account. So I actually broke a part of my table off here because of that. I actually had to switch my whole table around because that's how mad it got me. But I'm glad that I found Patreon, because almost every YouTuber that I know of uses Patreon as a means of income, especially if the ads don't work. So I'm glad that I found that. Otherwise, I would have had to create an entirely different channel. And I still don't even know if that would have worked. Because I would have to get almost everyone here to sub to that channel, and God knows if I would even get my 1,000 subs back. Plus the fact that I've already shown and explained this to you guys before, but I used to have over 7 to 8 YouTube channels when I started out before this one, and none of them even made it past 100 subs, and then this one blew up. You guys know the whole story. I've explained this multiple times. But my point is, if I created another channel, it would be the 10th YouTube channel that I've made, besides the only other active one being me and Nuclear Longshots, or me and Kazas, called the Dynamic Duo, which I've linked here before. And my Triforceful God offline Pro Gamer Nick account, just now used for watching. Zeke had no idea that it was me, because I purposely made it ambiguous, because all I use for is watching. I barely ever comment on that account. My main account for commenting, uploading, and working is this one. I've paid a lot more attention to it at the start of this year, obviously, because I want to try and get to, here's the goal. If I don't get to 10K by my birthday, I want to try to get to it by Christmas. If I don't get to 50K by my birthday, I want to try to get to 50K by Christmas. Overall goal is to get 10K subs or 50K subs by the end of this year. And that's a tall order. I'm most likely much more able to get 10K than 50K. I would have to throw out the most epic freaking what if idea possible this year to get even anywhere close to that. And the 4-year anniversary is this year. So that's going to be insane when we hit 4 years on this channel, because it will pretty much be my longest active channel of all time. And I'm really thankful for you guys supporting it so far these 3 years, even though some of you haven't been here that long. And that's okay. I'm not going to rush to anyone supporting it or the Patreon or anything like that right away. But at some point, as I start building more, as I start getting more people, they'll probably start paying attention to it at some point anyway. But it will be the main point of interest to getting income from YouTube without having to create an entirely different channel. Because let's be honest, with the success that this channel has had, 1,250 subs almost, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of views and watch hours, would anyone want this channel to die? Because I certainly don't. Look at the new picture in the background, for God's sake. That should be enough reason to keep this channel breathing. And I wouldn't just make an entire new channel and just call it like the Omniverse of Nick 2. I would have to throw in some kind of like epic new name. And let's be honest, this channel, if this channel didn't work out sometime in the future and I had to make another one, I'd probably just quit YouTube at that point. Because I've already had like over 10 YouTube channels and all this other junk. So if this one didn't work out for some stupid reason, then I would probably just quit YouTube. It's this channel or nothing. But I'm very happy that it has worked out. Because as I've said multiple times, I thought that this channel was going to be a one and done. Like, no one was going to support it just like all the other ones. But then I started making Walking Dead content. I'm like, what the frick? I didn't expect it to blow up that much. Even if I was, you know, had a younger voice back then, more cringy, and frickin' did not look into what ifs as much as I should have. But now look, we got a Google Doc, we got a frickin' Discord, we got a Patreon, we got thousands upon thousands of ideas, views, and subs and support. Like, this channel is gonna make it. We just all gotta put our best face forward for it. And I really want to try and get a lot of really good stories out this year. The McQueen and Dale stories, and I think the Merle one, were probably the highlight of last year. Like, in terms of, like, the best... Hold on, I'll read this here. Honestly, quitting if it doesn't work out is reasonable, but I hope it does work out because I love your content and would hate to see it end. I would not end unless I get too old to literally not be able to do it anymore, or if I really do not have a choice. And that's a very, very big maybe, because I love YouTube. I've loved YouTube since I was freaking 13, 14 years old, still in school. And when I've made my first ever YouTube channel, granted, that was off a school account, and I had to get rid of it because I had no choice. Because it restricted my videos. So I didn't have an option. But anyway, I think that in terms of stories, best stories from last year, the McQueen, Dale, and Merle stories were probably the best. And that's three of the best stories. And I don't, all of the rest were good, but none better than those three. So in summation, I want to try and make this year full of like top tier stories. Like I'm talking over 10 of them. Enough to bring in the amount of people that I'm thinking of and like build up a true audience. Because the Discord, ever since the trolls left, has been almost dormant. Like barely anyone's on the Discord anymore. And as for the channel's still growing, but in terms of like some videos, it just, I was always told that it takes the right idea for someone to truly support you. It could be the stupidest thing too. But I don't go for truly stupid. I go for the most logical and like make sense stories that I can think of. And granted, I've made some stupid ones in the past, like what if the Vatos gang kidnapped Beth? Or what if Carl joined Negan? But those ones still made sense. I just didn't go about it the right way. Which those stories are getting remade. And whether or not I do them this year is completely debatable. Many of these ideas that I save and everything, all these 1,800 ideas, they're meant to make the channel last forever. So they could happen freaking 10 years from now and still happen. I wish the John Wick story continued. Me too, man. I did not want to let that story go. Even if the opening part sums up what would happen to John Wick in The Walking Dead, but I feel like I don't want to have to remake that story. And I could have just like improvised as to what I thought the pictures were in those videos. And like, I would have totally kept them if I had known that I was actually accidentally gonna spill my drink over my laptop. Or maybe I should have just acted sooner, but you know, sometimes in moments like that, you don't really think. It just happens. So it was just an honest mistake. But I honestly, that's one of the stories that I wouldn't want to remake because I did it so beautifully. So to redo it, I would literally have had to remember what all I did. And I could remember like mostly half of it. But I feel like it was just the one-off parter is the best you guys are going to get because John Wick is honestly too broken for The Walking Dead. I did so much to nerf him and make him and Daniel relatable. And I did really good, just like Gordon Ramsay, and making a story out of him, even if it was 2 parts. But I do promise you this. Whenever I do make future parts of the McQueen Walking Dead Omniverse, and it turns into a literal Omniverse, because we're slowly but surely, as of last episode, getting that, if you guys couldn't already tell. Especially when this channel finally runs out of what ifs, and like that Omniverse starts to connect with the what ifs, and it's like an entire multiverse Omniverse sort of deal, which is, you guys are going to be blown away in 10 years by the time that happens. That's whenever in some point, I don't know yet, because this is all still brand new to me, whole Omniverse big deal. I'm surprised I haven't blown away from exhaustion because of all of it. I do promise you that you will see John and Daniel from that story revisited, even though that story is technically not canon anymore in the Omniverse of Nick. But I do promise you I will find a way to revisit that cause, even if it's for a single episode of that. I do promise you, you will get to see that again. I just can't remake it again because I did so beautifully with it. I wouldn't want to remake it, even if it doesn't exist anymore. It just upsets me. I did not want to let that project go. I thought that there was some way to fix my other laptop, but the drink just got into the system. I couldn't fix it. It slowly just died off. And even days later, I'm still trying to see if it works. But that still wouldn't do anything now because I already got rid of all the rest of those pictures. So even if it did work, the project would still be canceled. So it'd be pointless. If only there was a time machine. So, before we end today's stream, I just want to reiterate just a couple things. Number one, the Google Doc, TF Motion Freak, definitely check him out in his Google Doc because he definitely deserves it, especially since he's so close to 1K. I told him he could get to 1K this month. He definitely deserves the support. He definitely only really makes the Transformers what ifs, but he will and is paying attention to like Marvel and horror movies and small other things. But he's mainly a Transformers what if person. And he got 400 plus subs in a few months just for doing what ifs. It just took the right idea. And you know what the funny thing is? Wearing Roman Reigns' 1,000 mark from the wrestling, it's funny because it's almost like a late celebration to me getting 1K back in last May. The 1 year anniversary for hitting 1K is coming up here very, very soon, by the way. Just a small little side note. But anyway, he definitely deserves the support. So you guys should definitely check him out and his channel and his Google Doc because the dude definitely deserves it. Can't wait to see you return, Zeke, because your What If Maggie and Sasha died is definitely a really good premise. And like, if you continue with what if ideas, get yourself a list, really dive deep, even if like a lot of that might be stressful right now, depending on how young or old you are. I could definitely see you blowing up by the end of this year in some way, shape, or form. And then obviously the Discord, Patreon, and any unseen updates that you guys might have missed anywhere. It doesn't matter like what specifically. And then obviously, like I said, Green Arrow 1. And I've only ever gotten into Green Arrow's character, ironically, because of Death Battle. His fight with Hawkeye in Death Battle is the only reason I like a Green Arrow. Because I kind of just prefer Hawkeye. But yeah, he won, and the OTC Roman Reigns is the second place winner. I'll be posting the poll, community post picture, and all that other stuff. You guys get the drill, the figure character votes. I'll be posting them after the stream on the Discord, Patreon, and the shop, and the channel. And then the next poll, along with streaming Discord at least for a few hours, because I will have to go to bed within a few hours for work. What's up, Slick? Didn't expect to see you. In case you missed anything, I'll do a brief rundown again. Just gotta give me a sec. My throat's dry. My throat gets too dry. Just start freaking coughing. Ah, hate that. Ah. So basic rundown. Green Arrow won this week's character figure vote, and the picture is right in front of me, but I'll be posting it to the channel, the Patreon, and the Discord after the stream. By the way, Slick, if you want to, you're more than welcome to join the Discord and Patreon. The Discord especially, because it's been really dormant after those trolls and all of that happened. Only very few people are on it anymore. Not even Time Assassin is on there anymore. So if you want to join both of those, especially since Patreon will be my means of income for the future, definitely check out the shop too, because that's loaded. And then the Gordon Ramsay What If, I just uploaded part 2 and the movie yesterday, along with the Cybermen story starting this coming Monday, so 2 days. Google Doc if you want to stay updated with the stuff. I'll be posting the picture, the next poll, and all that other stuff from the figure character vote. You guys get the drill. I just always do a basic rundown for anybody new or anyone who, wishes to care. All that stuff after the stream here. And then I'll be streaming for a few hours on Discord since I'm still ahead. I won't be working on the next two stories, the Skyquake one and the John and the MCU one, until like mid-February, because that's when the Cybermen story will kind of be almost fully uploaded. If not, then the end of February at least. That's what I'm guessing. The middle of February, so this month, or the end, is when the Cybermen story should be finished. Very close to finished. And then I'll be working on the next two stories, and then we'll just work from there. Because the stories after that and on this current list are not going to be as long as the Cybermen one. The Cybermen one is the long story. Like, I'm talking, this story is going to be one of my longest. And you might not think, any Dragon Ball fans, that the Cybermen story is going to amount to much. But you'd be surprised, because back then, even if the story is 2 years old, and by the way, the Cybermen one, along with the What If Frieza Turned Good, which is on the next list, are my last two stories on my Google Photos that are 2 years old. So after that, it's all new stuff. All new. Those are the only two stories that are still 2 years old. And I bet you guys are wondering, why are they still on your Google Photos? Well, it's because back then, after I made all those other stories, and uploaded all the other ones that I did, like Vegeta Super Saiyan, Vegeta Immortal, all that stuff, I didn't take into account, like, even before then, about the whole genre and the list and the Google Doc and all this other stuff. I was still, growing with it. So, it's only at the middle of last year that I'm on to, like, taking care and, like, finishing the stories that should have been finished years ago. You're watching the Royal Rumble? Awesome! I'm going to be doing that straight after the stream and after I upload the community posts for the poll and the picture. So that's going to be what I'm working on next. WWE What Ifs are definitely happening this year, by the way. I've already teased it, and they're definitely happening. Now, is there anything else that I need to disclose? I talked about the doc, the Patreon, the Discord, the polls, the videos. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. If you guys haven't checked out any of that stuff, or who are missing the stream, remember, all and any ideas are accepted anywhere on my channel. Discord, YouTube, you name it. So if you wanted to recommend something. Oh, one more thing. I already mentioned this before, but I just finished this is what I'm watching right now. I just finished for Disney Plus, since that's the current thing I'm on. I finished Netflix. I just finished the Descendants movies, and I'm on to Zombies. They're like kind of younger, like Disney movies, yet not so much. Like for teens and sort of adults, sort of, if you guys aren't familiar with that crap. And then after that, after Zombies, since I finished Descendants, I'll be watching all the Ice Age films. So that'll be next. After that, I have no idea what I'm going to do with Disney. All I can tell you is when Disney's done and I'm done with that, I'll be on to buying stuff, and then I'm completely done. And Bosch, which is what Madison Lintz is in after her character left The Walking Dead, that show where she became a cop and everything, that's the first thing I'm going to be looking into when Disney Plus is all done. And I'll definitely make a big announcement about that. Because since her actor did not get any sort of time to experience the true, like, Walking Dead feel, watching Bosch, I feel, is going to be like a big upgrade to see where her actor herself went after The Walking Dead didn't really do much for her. So that's that. So if you guys are into any of those like Disney, I don't know if anyone is. It surprised me enough to see a few WWE fans. Descendant Zombies or Ice Age early what ifs for those. Feel free. I will definitely keep an eye out. And any updates, Discord, Patreon, any of that stuff that you guys haven't checked out that I mentioned here, you are more than welcome to. And I'll be posting all the stuff here right after the stream. Along with gaming for a little, can't tell you how long, just a few hours. And then next week is when the Cybermen story starts. So I will see you guys right here after the stream to post all that stuff, Discord, all that stuff. And then next week for more uploads and videos. Next week for the stream and the results. So thank you guys for joining. Sorry, Slick, if you didn't really get to see too much in this stream. You kind of came at the last minute, but I figured I would make a good, thorough like talk here to catch you up, so you weren't feeling totally left out. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Glad I didn't have to cancel this one, because sometimes here and there I have to cancel a stream because no one really joins, and that's fine as a small time creator. The channel will grow, obviously, Patreon, all that stuff. Yeah, it's okay. It's not your fault, Zeke. Life is life. You can't always be on the internet, and that's fine. But I'm definitely on way more than I expect to be, because this is what I'm trying to strive for. But with all that said, I think I pretty much touched upon everything. So, I will see you guys later, and thank you guys for joining the stream.